Today's a WRAL weather alert day. Lots of much needed rain out there, but it is going to affect the commute. I'll let you know how long the rain sticks around.
And we're talking about the rain on the roads as you're looking live through the WRAL Storm Tracker, keeping an eye on conditions as you begin your day. What you need to know before you head out for your commute.
Parade security. The Carolina Hurricanes' big championship celebration is tomorrow. How Raleigh is preparing to protect the tens of thousands of people will be heading downtown. No rain for the parade, but the rain is coming down right now, and it is rain that we like to see. Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Chris Lovingood. I think a lot of people are very excited the fact that they can not only see the parade, but the rain is going to let up, which is nice. We do have a look at the radar, the conditions are right now with Elizabeth Gardner, still very active on the dual Doppler 5000.
This is the kind of rain that we need, but you know, you have it during the morning commute, and it definitely has some impact. So happy to see, especially from the Triangle area northward, lots of rain. We have a pocket here where it isn't raining around Fayetteville and over toward Goldsboro, but that's going to change. We're going to see that rain filling in down to the south, but nice and steady from Durham to Raleigh to Clayton to Smithfield. But of course, this is where a lot of people will be heading out on the roads in the next couple of hours, and this front will stay with us all the way through the morning commute. Gradually, it will sink southward and will start to dry out just in time for the weekend. Lots of big events over the weekend, of course. I would expect the rain to begin to taper off between 9 and 10. It's out of here pretty completely by noon with a small chance later on this afternoon. So periods of steady to heavy rain during the commute with water on the roads, and it may be a little slower going than normal. Today is a WRAL weather alert day because of the impacts to the morning commute. Not so much for severe storms. There's just a sliver of Wayne County and Sampson County that has a level 1 risk. So that's not going to be our main impact. You can see all the water on the camera lens here at Fenton and Cary, 71 with a dew point of 70. So it is warm and it's sticky. But once the rain moves out, it should feel more comfortable this afternoon than it did yesterday with temperatures in the upper 80s. A nice dry weekend, and it looks good for the celebration parade. Temperatures likely to be in the 80s during the parade. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We've got the WRAL Storm Tracker out on the roads this morning because you're waking up to these wet road conditions. Let's check in with WRAL's Kelsey Coffey. And Kelsey, you're driving around Wayne County this morning, giving us a first-hand account of what viewers can expect.
Yes, Ken, viewers can expect to see that much needed rain. Let's go ahead and give you a live look at road conditions here on 40 West and Cary. So this is definitely something that is going to impact your visibility today if you're headed out on the road. So be sure just to give yourself some extra time before you leave the house because it's definitely going to be wet out there. We'll even show you just how wet these roads are from another perspective. You can see some water there on the lens, but you can see really just how wet and slick these roads are this morning. But again, some much needed rain as we are still in this drought. So we'll be sure to keep you updated on what's going on with your morning commute. In the meantime, Ken, what can you tell folks before they head out the door?
Yeah, you hit some very important points. Also, watch your speed, watch your spacing as well, just so everyone can get to their destination safely. So as you're looking forward to getting out this morning, all of our major routes are picking up relatively little to no delays, just a 1-minute delay on I-40 eastbound. Similarly, a 1-minute delay coming in from Wake Forest and 1-minute delay coming in from Nightdale on I-87. All the other major routes are delay-free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the Cartoon Center on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Well, a person was sent to the hospital overnight because of a shooting in Raleigh. What you're seeing is video of that scene on Capitol Boulevard in Raleigh around midnight. This happened near Cavalry Drive and North New Hope Road. Investigators say the victim is expected to live, but no word yet on a possible suspect. However, police are saying they don't believe there's any threat to the public. All right, tomorrow is the big day, the Carolina Hurricanes Championship Parade. We're talking around tens of thousands of people who are expected to all go to downtown Raleigh and enjoy this big celebration.
WRAL's Monica Casey is live for us in Raleigh this morning. And Monica, the goal is to have a good time for everybody, but security is certainly top of mind for city officials and police.
Absolutely. City officials say this will be the biggest event in Raleigh's history. They are expecting at least 100,000 fans to pack into this area to celebrate the Canes. And it's not just Wake County residents they're expecting to see here. Amtrak trains from Greensboro and Charlotte are already sold out. With an event this big, security is, of course, important. a consultant gave a heads up on what you might see at this event.
Going to have a lot of support, things like you'll never see before, drones in the air. You'll see a lot of canine dog bomb suite support going on. You'll see things that's happening behind the scenes that really the public is not aware of.
Now, if you're attending the parade, you need to make sure to stay behind barriers, keep a safe distance from floats and vehicles, and know where the first aid stations are, along with what your exit plan is from the parade. It's also a good idea to have a backup plan to meet up with your group, because sometimes in large events like this, your cell service can be a little spotty. Live in Raleigh, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
And here's a look once again at the championship parade route for this Saturday. It mimics the Raleigh Christmas Parade. It will go down Hillsborough Street, swing by the state capitol, and then go down Fayetteville Street. The parade ends at Davie Street, and then a fan rally will take place after the parade in City Plaza. Count on WRAL for live team coverage of the Big Canes Parade tomorrow. We will have more than a dozen crews in downtown Raleigh so that you can see every angle of the celebrations. Our coverage starts at 10:30 a.m. with the parade kicking off at 11. We will carry the entire event live, including the fan rally in City Plaza. You can watch WRAL on air and online.
Vice President J.D. Vance's planned trip to Switzerland, it's been postponed. The vice president was expected to be there to sign the memorandum of understanding between the United States and Iran. Vance was set to leave last night, but the White House says the trip was canceled. That's because of unresolved logistics they're citing for the next phase of the negotiations to finalize the peace agreement. The vice president says the timing of all of this, the ceremony, it's a bit unclear right now.
Our plan is to go to Switzerland. I don't know exactly when. We think these technical negotiations are going to start sometime this weekend. That's still the plan, but that could change because it's not an easy country, Iran, to get out of, and so we're trying to figure out exactly when that's going to happen. I suspect this weekend, but I'm not sure.
Well, and the memorandum of understanding has already been signed by President Donald Trump, and Iran's president also has signed a hard copy. This agreement triggers 60 days of negotiations toward a final peace agreement. And the national average of gas is down to $3.97 this morning. That is the lowest it's been in almost 3 months. In Raleigh, the average is now $3.59, though I did see one station this morning, $3.23. And in Durham and Chapel Hill, it's around $3.75.
A developing story in eastern North Carolina. Today, the Lenoir County Sheriff's Office will hold a news conference about the beating of a teen that was caught on video. 2 men and a teenager are facing charges. We will not be showing the video, but this is a look at an image taken from that video. Ashton Clark and Landon Harris have both been charged. Clark is charged with felony assault by strangulation and conspiracy. Harris has been charged with cyberbullying and conspiracy. Deputies have not identified the teen who was attacked, nor provided an update on their condition.
Well, Team USA is back in action today at the FIFA World Cup, and there are plenty of watch parties happening across the triangle. For example, the Rialto Theater was loud during the Canes Championship run, and it will be the same today as the U.S. takes on Australia. The theater wants fans to wear denim, turning back the clock to the last time the U.S. hosted the World Cup in 1994. The doors open at 2 p.m. with kickoff at 3 p.m. Admission's free, but you do have to RSVP. You can also catch the game at WakeMet Soccer Park in Cary. Gates open there at 2 p.m. and there will be pre-game entertainment. Admission is free, but a ticket is required in that case. A full list of watch parties across our area can be found on WRAL.com.
I'm Kirsten Clark here in the WRAL Live Center, where we are talking World Cup. Mexico is the first team to advance to the knockout stage in the World Cup. The team won its first 2 games, beating South Korea 1-0 last night, clinching that spot in the next round. Now, fans did not hesitate to celebrate. I want you to take a look at this time-lapse video showing fans here in Guadalajara last night. I mean, look, thousands of people there gathering to celebrate that win and that advancement to the next round. Now, back out here to the Live Center. If the U.S. beats Australia today, they will also make it to the next round. So we are excited for that game at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll be cheering them on. So hopefully they can be in the same boat as Mexico.
Ooh, look at that. It's a big show up down there, huh, Kirsten? Well, if you can't make it to watch party today, don't worry. You got the game on Fox 50. You can always watch. After that, you can catch Scotland against Morocco at 6. Then at 8:30 p.m., it'll be Brazil against Haiti.
Today is Juneteenth. The holiday commemorates the day slaves in Texas were told that they were free, 2 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And it became a federal holiday in 2021. People across the country and the Triangle will be celebrating throughout the weekend. Tomorrow, Dix Park will host the annual Capital City Juneteenth celebration. People can bring lawn chairs and blankets and enjoy an afternoon of entertainment, food, and kids' activities. The city of Raleigh is expecting anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 people to attend.
I think that being really rooted in the community has been one of the things that has made this event really successful. And I think folks just love coming out to the park to celebrate. So it's a win-win.
The celebration starts at 2 in the afternoon and goes until 6. WRAL's Ken Smith will be emceeing. WRAL is the official media partner of the Capital City Juneteenth celebration.
Time right now on this Friday morning is 6:11. Dedicated to each other and the Gaines. A Triangle couple is pushing back their wedding so they can go to the championship parade tomorrow. Why they say this is such a full circle moment for them.
Much needed rainfall across our area this morning. Even though there are a few pockets where it isn't raining, everybody should see some. I'll let you know when it moves out and how much we should see total coming up.
Stay safe with the latest WRAL Weather Alert Day info. Get up to the minute weather and traffic conditions when you get in your car. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14, this is our next weather maker. Exactly what we need. This stationary front with a low riding up it, bringing us this steady rain. This is not so much of a summer pattern, and it's just what we need because when we have a summer pattern with those scattered storms, they tend to come in, dump a lot of heavy rain quickly and move on out, and everybody doesn't see them, and it tends to run off. But look at this. This is just wonderful. We're starting to see the rain fill in our southern counties. We've had it coming down nice and steadily in our northern counties for several hours now. It's likely to taper off before lunchtime, and so we're drier at noon and into the afternoon, but still a small chance of a shower or thunderstorm. This is, of course, a live look through downtown Raleigh. It's breezy. The rainfall is coming down, and our temperatures are mostly in the low 70s. So it is a sticky start out there this morning with all the moisture. Once the rain ends, temperatures will climb into the upper 80s. But this morning, if you're looking to exercise, probably going to be better to be inside. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We're going to make sure you know what to expect as you get ready to head out. Here's a live look at some of our major routes in terms of those wet road conditions. Here's I-440 Ridge Road. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us and the northern loop of the Beltline. Let's take a look at I-540 at I-40. Again, the good news is very low traffic volume. Many of you are taking it easy out there, which is really good news. Really and truly, we're seeing very little to no delays on our major routes coming into town. A 1-minute delay from Wake Forest and Knightdale. Now, we're picking up some huge delays coming in from the Gardner-Johnston County area. A 16-minute delay. I'll let you know what some alternate routes coming up.
Ken, thanks. Many people have happily changed their weekend plans in order to celebrate the Canes at the parade tomorrow. But let me tell you about this couple. This couple wanted to postpone their wedding by 5 hours so they could be at the parade. This is Angela Howard and Henry Hegler. And the Hurricanes mean a lot to both of them. Their first date was on October 28, 2025 at a Canes game. 8 months later, they're engaged and celebrating Carolina's first Stanley Cup in 20 years. They say postponing their ceremony was a no-brainer and that tomorrow will be a full circle moment.
Both of our parents actually worked in Lenovo, so when we were inside Lenovo watching Game 6 watch party, they texted us saying, hey, if we win tonight, the parade's going to be on Saturday, and we looked at each other like, we need to change the time of our wedding or we're not going to be able to go.
Hockey's kind of been like a core point of our relationship, just like something we've always done together. There's not really a reason that we wouldn't want to spend our special day out here with the team that we both love.
It's going to be a dual anniversary for them, Canes Parade and wedding. Howard was at the Canes' first Stanley Cup parade back in 2006, and now she'll get to share the experience with her husband-to-be tomorrow. Big, big day for them.
What a special day for them. Well, a North Carolina Marine was one of 3 service members to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor at the White House. Retired Major James Cappers Jr. is a Vietnam War veteran. His historic actions in Vietnam earned him 3 Purple Hearts, the Silver Star, and 2 Bronze Stars. And now, the Medal of Honor. He was also a trailblazer in the military. Cappers was the first black officer in Marine Special Operations and the first enlisted African American to lead a Marine reconnaissance company.
Today is Juneteenth, and there will be celebrations all across the Triangle throughout the weekend.
Yeah, plenty for people to get into, so let's dive in this morning in WRAL's Out and About.
Starting today in downtown Raleigh, there will be a celebration at Moore Square and the Marbles Kids Museum. The outdoor event will include local artists, story time, food, and a vendor market. The outdoor portion is free. Tickets are required to get into the Marbles Kids Museum. The event will be from noon until 5 today.
And then tomorrow in Durham, there will be a Juneteenth celebration at CCB Plaza. The event is being put on by Spectacular Magazine and will include local performers, a health fair, and a kids zone. That will be from 3 p.m. until 9. There will be Juneteenth events in Durham throughout the rest of June as well. And tomorrow at the NC State Fairgrounds, it is the Juneteenth Grand Cookout. This event will have live music and food and will feature black-owned vendors. That will be from 2 to 10 p.m. And for more weekend activities, you can visit WRAL.com and search Out and About.
Love seeing all this rain this morning, Elizabeth. Widespread, and this is the kind of rain that we need to kind of chip away at our drought.
Exactly, just nice and steady so it'll soak in. It's getting a little heavier across parts of the Triangle, and we had some drier conditions down to the south, but that rain's going to begin to fill in. So just couldn't have asked for a more perfect rain, except for the fact that it will affect the commute. Good news is it's out of here by lunchtime, so all the Juneteenth celebrations today and tomorrow all look good. Definitely, though, messy as you're traveling around this morning. This is a look at some of the rainfall. Look at this purple shaded area is where we're seeing at least 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. So that's been wonderful. This should continue to spread eastward. Some of our eastern counties haven't seen as much, more like a trace to maybe 1/4 of an inch. Down around Fayetteville, about 1/2 inch. But we have this nice swath of the blue and purple, again, where it's anywhere from 1 inch to up to 2 inches. So loving that. We definitely need it. Here's a look at futurecast. So you can see the rain's nice and widespread all the way up until around 9 or 10. And then it starts to move out. Should be over by lunchtime, maybe with a few breaks in the clouds during the afternoon, and maybe an isolated shower during the evening commute. This is not a big severe threat for us on this WRAL weather alert day. It's mostly about the messy roads, but just a sliver of Wayne and Sampson counties are in that level 1 risk. That better chance for stronger storms will be at the coast. Here's a look at the big picture. We have this stationary front gradually moving through. Once it passes by, high pressure builds in with a dry weekend for us, but another system is getting lined up to bring us some rain for Monday. So take a look at this. We'll zoom in a little more closely. This is 7 a.m. on Monday, and we're dry to start with, but right around 3 o'clock Monday, we have a line of showers and storms that comes through, so that's going to add nicely to our rainfall totals for the week, and so that's definitely a great thing. Best chance of rain today, but 30 to 40% chance on Monday with a line of storms coming through. All total, easily an additional 1 to maybe even 1.5 inches of rainfall in the next 7 days, so that includes the rest of today and into Monday. It is a weather alert day because of the messy conditions this morning, but we dry out and we'll climb to 88 this afternoon. Saturday, things are looking good for the Canes Championship Parade. Temperatures should be in the 80s during the parade, but we'll walk through that hour by hour so you know exactly what to expect coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're picking up some heavy delays coming in out of Johnston County, really between I-40 westbound, between Highway 70 and the southern loop of I-540 right now. You can see right there the delays it's causing. We're working to figure out exactly what's going on. But once you get a little closer to Raleigh, things have definitely cleared up. I-40 and Jones Sausage Road, those are the westbound lanes moving away from us this morning. So right now, coming in from the Garner-Johnston County area, particularly the Clinton area, you're looking at a 9-minute delay. So it's getting better. If you're with us in the last half hour, it was up to like a 16-minute delay. So keep that in mind. Things are getting better. But other than that, relatively low to very little to no delays on any of our other major routes.
Time on the clock is 6:22. We're talking about 2 wins away. UNC has made it to the finals in the Men's College World Series. And look at their matchup this weekend and the quest for a national title.
A once-in-a-lifetime sighting. Imagine looking at the ocean and seeing the biggest fish on Earth. Well, it happened to one boater off the Carolina coast. The rare encounter ahead. A rare visitor made quite a splash off the coast. A whale shark, the largest fish in the ocean, recently spotted swimming in waters about 40 miles northeast of Oregon Inlet. Experts say sightings like this are uncommon in our state. WRAL spoke with the teen who witnessed the encounter firsthand.
You hear stories about them, and just to be able to see one in person, especially, locally, it's very, truly amazing. I was honestly surprised, and really I was pretty ecstatic to be able to see such a thing.
That's awesome, something he will never forget. Marine experts say while these fish can be extremely large, seeing one this close to the North Carolina coast is pretty special.
Most people I've talked to that have encountered whale sharks, it's like a life-changing experience. Even in the boat, it's a very different experience in the water, but from the boat, it's a really cool to see an animal that large in the wild doing its thing.
Researchers say shifting food sources can influence where whale sharks travel. And while sightings remain rare, experts encourage anyone who spots one to keep a safe distance, hopefully while you're on the boat.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
Oh, Will Ferrell, or should I say Lonnie Hawkins, making that visit to WRAL yesterday.
No, he visited WRAL. We have Kit Smith to talk about it this morning. What's trending?
Exactly. Actor and comedian Will Ferrell was in the Triangle yesterday, and he even made a stop right here at the WRAL studios. He showed up in character for his new Netflix series, The Hawk. He also held a fan event in Pinehurst at the World Golf Hall of Fame while he was in town.
Yeah, the Netflix series premieres July 16th. That's the first time I've interviewed somebody like in character, and it was such a fun time.
He was a delight.
I think his favorite question was, "Are you married?" He asked a lot of people that.
Show the ring, married.
And Elizabeth.
Hawk was
and
out of
others.
control.
It was a good time.
We kept him in line.
Okay, so time right now is 6:27. Making your way downtown, trying so hard not to sing that line. It is not going to be easy tomorrow ahead of the championship parade in Raleigh. What you need to know if you are one of tens of thousands of people expected to be there.
Oh, come on, Chris. You could pull it off. Rain on the roads. The WRAL Storm Tracker out this morning, keeping an eye on the wet conditions as you start your day. What you need to know before you head out.
Here's a look at where the rain is right now. It's covering almost the entire viewing area. Our southeastern counties, you're going to see your share as well. So far, we've seen over an inch in places. I'll show you how much you might get coming up.